Don't delay!
We demand ERA!
We demand ERA!
Find and publish ERA!
Find and publish ERA!
We demand ERA!
We demand ERA!
38 states have ratified!
38 states have ratified!
We demand equal rights!
We demand equal rights!
How are you doing in this freezing cold? My name is Velu Ochoa. I am the social media and digital communications lead for the ERA Coalition, and we're excited to be here with the Young Feminist Party and our amazing partners who came here from different corners of the world. No, I'm just kidding. The country. Some from New York, some from Virginia, some from hello, hi. Okay, so if you want to hold some signs, we're gonna try to do this very quick, and then we'll march towards the White House. I think Rosie, I don't know if you want to say something about that too, in terms of like when we get to the White House, we're not gonna be chanting. Is that right?
Yeah.
So.
Well, it'll be clear. We'll have some people in some yellow vests. We're gonna have a triumphant march down to the White House, but once we get to the actual presidential park, there's a lot of Secret Service, so we'll just like not chant super loudly, like walk very dignified and take a picture.
Okay. So we'll stay here for the, like the talking, and then we'll head to the White House. We'll take a picture, and then we'll quickly leave and go and warm up. All right, so thank you so much for being here with us today. The Legacy We Deserve and Publish ERA Now rally at Freedom Plaza. It is freezing cold. It's January 15 on Wednesday. And this rally came pretty quickly thanks to the Young Feminist Party and the ERA Coalition and all our amazing partners who said yes so quickly. So we want to thank all of you for being here. Before we get started, I do want to remind you that, like Rosie said, we're going to have some safety marshals wearing yellow jackets, yellow vests that are going to be leading you and kind of like checking, making sure that we're all safe and we're all okay. And then we're going to be heading to the White House. So, like I said, we have an incredible speaking lineup of speakers for today. So, without further ado, let's get started with President and CEO of the ERA Coalition, Zakia Thomas, my hero. The ERA Coalition, as you know, is one of the organizations leading the charge for the publication of the ERA. So we're once more here to let everyone know
it's time for Joe Biden to publish the Equal Rights Amendment. Yeah. So we're here to tell him that at his home, and we're going to show him why we need it, because everyone here needs the protection of Equal Rights Amendment so that we don't go back. We continue to see the rollback of our rights. And today in particular, being Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, I think it's appropriate that we're taking this message to the White House right now and showing that freedom fighting continues today, and we're not going to stop after he leaves office because we know what's coming ahead. So thank you all for being here. And Joe Biden, the ERA. I just said Joe Biden. Publish the ERA. All right, Rosie, are you coming up?
Okay, so now we have the amazing, and Pooja, I'm going to need you to help me pronounce your last name so I don't chop it off, because my English is a second language. So Pooja is from the Feminist Front, and if you want to come here and talk a little bit more, she's a recent University of Maryland graduate and political director of the Young Feminist Party, the youth-led movement to publish the ERA and advance gender justice. Thank you for being here. Thank you for helping us organize this, Pooja.
Thank you so much.
Yes, show your ERA shirt.
Hi everyone, how are we doing? Thank you for coming out today. I'm hoping you can see my ERA Now shirt, that's what's important. Okay, so let's hear that energy. When I say ERA, you're gonna say now. ERA! Now! ERA! Now! ERA! Now! Okay, I know you're cold, but so am I. But we're gonna have the fire of equality driving all of us forward today, okay? So I just want to thank ERA Coalition and all of our partners today for helping organize this. My name is Pooja Dharmendran, and I am the political director for the Young Feminist Party, a 14,000 organizer-strong youth-wide movement of thousands of young people from different communities across the United States organizing to finalize the Equal Rights Amendment. Over 200,000 Americans have signed petitions calling on President Biden to publish the ERA. And those petitions were delivered to the White House yesterday morning. And outside those very gates, young people have been picketing every day and below freezing temperatures to demand our inclusion in the U.S. Constitution. And we will continue to do so, President Biden, until you take action. Every day we see our rights under attack with abortion bans, don't say gay bills, and rollbacks on Title IX. Mr. President, time is running out. You have mere days to secure our future and protect the millions of young women and LGBTQI+ people whose rights are on the line. Under the Trump administration, these attacks in our communities will only escalate. For many of us standing here today, equality is not a given. We have had to fight for the basic human rights others take for granted daily. We have fought for our dignity, our safety, and protection from violence and discrimination. We are the Black and brown youth. We are the LGBTQI+ youth and the youth seeking abortions, the young people who wish to be safe and protected and who deserve to be in our country's most foundational document. But we are tired. We are tired of fighting and not seeing those we elected to fulfill those promises. We're talking to you, President Biden. We've organized teach-ins, fought for state-level ERAs, and gotten those passed, and protested to protect our communities, our reproductive rights. And we've been doing this as college students, high school students, employed individuals, and we're on the streets risking our lives, our bodies, getting arrested. We've been missing school, speaking out during finals, and missing key moments of our youth that we shouldn't be missing. So demand that you take action and keep your promises of equality and protect the youth of America. Mr. President, this is your moment. You have the authority to publish the ERA, the responsibility to uphold your constitutional duty, and the opportunity to deliver a transformational legacy of equality. In 3 days, this window will close. The chance to act will pass. And history will ask, what did you do when the people asked for justice? To everyone here, I'm calling on you to raise your voice, spread this message, and demand action. Let President Biden know we will not back down. Mr. President, the young people are watching, the world is watching, and history will remember. President Biden, fight for us. Publish the ERA now.
Thank you so much. And yes, publish the ERA now. Okay, now, coming up, equality now. So many nows, right? We need now. So let's go. Anastasia Law, Program Officer for North America at Equality Now. She's an international human rights lawyer and activist. Thanks for being here. She came all the way from New York. And we're thankful.
Thank you. Hi, I am so honored to be here with all of these partners and activists today. My name is Anastasia Law, and I'm a lawyer and the program officer for North America at Equality Now, an international human rights organization that has worked with partners like you all since 1992 to protect and promote the human rights of all women and girls globally. For over 30 years, we've seen time and time again that when countries enshrine equality in their constitutions, it sets a foundation for transformative change. Yet here in the United States, we are still without this fundamental guarantee. We need the ERA. Without it, the United States is in violation of international law, and it's been almost 2 years since the United Nations Human Rights Committee urged the United States to guarantee protection against sex and gender-based discrimination in its constitution, including through the Equal Rights Amendment. And just last month, the United Nations Special Rapporteur on Violence Against Women personally called upon President Biden to act and ensure the ERA is published. These appeals from some of the most authoritative international voices globally underscore the urgency of this moment. This isn't just about what's doing right domestically. It's about the U.S.'s standing on the global stage. The U.S. remains one of only 15% of UN member states that do not explicitly protect discrimination on the basis of sex and gender in their constitutions. We are a global outlier, and that's why we're here today, to demand our nation upholds equality once and for all. Not having the ERA flies in the face of the most fundamental international human rights principles, those of equality and non-discrimination, principles that every nation have an obligation to uphold, including through constitutional protections. Generations of women and girls across the United States are watching. The international community is watching. Over a century of advocacy has brought us to this pivotal moment, and today we will make it clear we will not stop until equality is a reality for all of us. It's your move, Mr. President. Make the ERA your legacy. President Biden, you must urge the archivist to publish and certify the ERA now before you leave office. Thank you.
I don't know what is taking so long for President Biden to do his job, honestly. I mean, and as Anastasia stated, I mean, the international body, like, they are also calling for the publication of the Equal Rights Amendment. And there are so many countries that already have established protections at the constitutional level, including my country, Colombia, which is crazy. Okay, now, from the League of Women Voters, the Program Chief Officer, Alma Coverthy, please come here. Thank you so much. We want to thank the League of Women Voters also for taking a stand and also helping us spread the word about the ERA.
Buenas tardes. Good afternoon. My name is Alma Cuberti and I'm the Chief of Programs for the League of Women Voters. And today we stand at a pivotal moment in our history. It is 2025, January, and it's freezing cold. 101 years since we passed the Equal Rights Amendment when it was first proposed. And 5 years ago, Virginia became the 38th, the final state necessary to ratify it. And yet, despite of all that time and all that effort, women's equal rights are still not enshrined in the U.S. Constitution. So take a moment to let that sink in. So how is it that in 2025 we're still fighting for this fundamental right? It is simply unacceptable. More than 100 years, some women gained the right to vote. And the battle still continues. Women and the LGBTQIA plus community still face systematic discrimination. We're still fighting for equal pay, for protection from workplace harassment, for fairness in pregnancy-related employment practices, for an end to domestic violence, for access to comprehensive health care, and the list goes on. Do we reserve equal treatment? Yes. Should we have the same rights and protections as anyone else? Yes. I would say so. Then why is it that after all these years we still have to ask for it? Why do we need to march in this bitter cold to demand it? The Equal Rights Amendment would protect the equality of rights under the law regardless of sex. Listen, it's simple. It has met all the requirements to be ratified. It has been signed by enough states, and yet it still has not been published in the Constitution. Is that how equality should be treated? No! Is it time that we finish the job? Yes! Organizations like the League of Women Voters have been at the forefront of this fight. We fight for equal rights and equal opportunity for all. We promote social and economic justice and health and safety for every American. And we do this because we believe in a society where everyone, no matter their sex or gender, can thrive. Can we be a nation of freedom and equality if we deny half of the population protection against sex discrimination? No. I don't think so either. Are you sure that that is not possible?
It has to be possible.
It has to be possible. We cannot continue without basic protections. The ERA, after all, is about fairness, and it is about justice. It is about dignity for every American. The fight is not just about women, it's about every person, regardless of their gender, identity, expression, or having the same protections other than the law. Is this fight worth finishing? Yeah! Are we strong enough to keep pushing? Of course we are. We're here battling these frigid temperatures. Yes. The fight for the ERA has spanned generations. From the suffragists who fought for the right to vote to today's advocates who are standing here for legal equality. And we owe it to them and to ourselves to finish the work that was started. We have earned legal equality. We have shown up. We have fought. We have demanded change, and we will not be silenced. And now we call on President Biden. We call him to act resoundingly to ensure the publication of the Equal Rights Amendment in the Constitution. Will we accept anything less than full equality?
No!
Will we stand together until we see the ERA in the Constitution?
Yes!
Repeat after me. Equality can't wait.
Equality can't wait!
Equality can't wait.
Equality can't wait!
Equality can't wait.
Equality can't wait!
Equality can't wait any longer. Thank you.
Well, that was very powerful. No sabía que Alma hablaba español tampoco, so that's amazing. Yes, okay, upcoming now, the National Council of Jewish Women. Jody, please come up here. Chief Policy Officer for the National Council of Jewish Women as head of the organization's policy work. Mrs. Rabhan leads the organization's advocacy efforts in Washington, D.C. Let's give it a moment. They won't silence us. They won't.
Good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear me? I have a question. What do we want? When do we want it?
Now!
What is that we want?
ERA!
When do we want it?
Now!
We feeling warmer? Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Jody Rabhan, Chief Policy Officer at National Council of Jewish Women. We are a more than 130-year-old organization working for equity and justice for women, children, and families. 130 years plus is a long time, right?
Yes.
You know what else is a long time? 100. That's how many years we've been working on the ERA. I want to thank our partners who put this together today, Young Feminist Party, ERA Coalition, all the partners here who have been working day in and day out on the ERA, year after year after year, like so many National Council of Jewish Women advocates. 100 years is far too long. Far too long for women and the LGBTQ community to endure discrimination and inequality. Far too long to endure discrimination in the workplace. Far too long to endure sexual harassment, unequal pay for equal work, glass ceilings, and pregnancy discrimination. Far too long to endure barriers to reproductive healthcare access. Far too long to endure domestic violence. Far too long to endure limits on our roles in the military. Wonder if Mr. Hegseth is listening. Far too long to endure unequal access to educational opportunities. Far too long to endure unequal access to credit and loans. Far too long to endure inequality. 100 years is just far too long to fight for our fundamental rights. But we will not give up, right? We will not give up. We will keep fighting to ensure that our U.S. Constitution has our fundamental rights enshrined with the ERA. As a Jewish community, we know well that the Constitution ensures religious minorities can live free from discrimination based on their faith, but it does not include the same protections for women or the LGBTQ community. Our democracy is not complete until it works for everybody. We will keep fighting for the America that promises equality and opportunity for us all. President Biden, I feel like I should turn. President Biden, with the few days you have left in office, now is the time. Take that concrete step. Codify essential protections for women, for the LGBT community, for all of us. We ask you, instruct the National Archivist to publish and certify the ERA as the 28th Amendment to the Constitution. This heroic and moral step would stand as one of the most pivotal, the most impactful, the most enduring actions of your time in public service, and it would cement your legacy as a champion for gender equality. and equity. President Biden published the ERA today. Without it, our basic rights and freedoms hang in the balance. 100 years is too long to wait. We can't wait another 100 years. Thanks, everybody. Stay warm.
Thank you so much, Jody. 100 years is way too long. Okay, can we say now ERA? Now! Now! ERA? Now! ERA? Now! ERA? Now! Okay, now up next, Carolyn Dio from the Yellow Roses, one of my favorite organizations leading the fight for children joining equality. So please come and join us, Carolyn, now.
Hi everyone. Ooh, it's cold. Okay. Hi. My name is Carolyn. I'm 13 years old, and I'm the founder of an organization called the Yellow Roses. I've been fighting for equal rights for as long as I can remember, and today I'm going to not start with my own words, but with some quotes from someone else. The United States must lead by example when it comes to gender equality. We cannot call ourselves a nation of equality until every American, regardless of race, gender, or background, is treated equally under the law. And I've spent my whole career fighting for gender equality, and as president, I will not rest until we achieve it in every corner of society. I'm gonna let you guess who said those things, and let me give you a hint. It's the same guy who has failed to grant equality under the law for the past 4 years. President Biden. The Equal Rights Amendment has waited 101 years. Women have waited 101 years. Children have waited 101 years. And you, Mr. President, have had 4 years to publish the Equal Rights Amendment, and you still haven't done it? You, Mr. President, were elected by the American people under the impression that you would fulfill those words. Those words matter. They inspire. They give hope. But hope alone isn't enough. Words alone aren't enough, and the time has come to fulfill those words with action, Mr. President. You've told us that equality is at the heart of who we are as a nation. But by not acting on the Equal Rights Amendment is a glaring contradiction to everything you've promised. By postponing equality for yet another second, you are holding back the progress that millions of people, particularly women and marginalized groups, have fought for over a century. Mr. President, equality under the law isn't an option. It's a necessity. It's a necessity for every child who dreams of a future where they are seen, heard, and respected, no matter their gender, race, or background. Every day that we delay equality under the law, another generation grows up questioning their worth in a society that claims to stand for justice. Every day we wait, the cracks in our democracy deepen, and the promise of freedom and equality further away. As we look ahead to the next 4 years, there's a darkness where inequality greatens, where the voices of the marginalized are silenced, and where the dream of a fairer future feels more distant than ever. To those listening, let me say this. We must be the light in these dark times. We must push ourselves forward with everything we have, knowing that our fight for equality is not just for ourselves, but for the generations that will follow. The next 4 years can be years of courage, can be years of resilience, and can be years of transformation. But only if we refuse to give up, and only if we refuse to let the urgency of this moment pass us by. So I call on you. I call on you, Mr. President Biden. I call on the leaders, on citizens, and on everyone who believes in justice to rise up to this challenge, to continue to demand equality no matter who's in office. President Biden, publish the ERA now. Thank you.
Thank you, Carolyn. And yes, President Biden, publish the ERA now. Hurry up. I'm cold. Man. Okay. Upcoming next, that we have Ari Mondragon, co-founder of Dia de los Muertos DC, a non-profit organization dedicated to connecting communities through the arts and through Dia de los Muertos, representing that we're all equal in death and life. Ari and Kyle, they were also kind of in the background helping with the Equal Means Equal Act, if you didn't know. So we want to give them a props to them. And thank you for being here.
Thank you, Elo. Well, first of all, I would like to thank all the organizations involved in making today possible. And as we say, at Dia de los Muertos, if we're all the same in death, then we should all be the same in life. We all transition. Each of us will, at some point. We face the undeniable reality of life, change, growth, and eventually death. But here's the truth. Even though our journeys are unique, we all transition. That doesn't deny the fact that we are all going to one day leave this place. We are all going to die. That's the ultimate equalizer. Yet inequality persists. It's like a veil over our eyes and our ears and hearts. Belu mentioned that we supported yesterday at the National Press Club, and it was the first time that I wore a hat with a veil. And that really made me uncomfortable. I couldn't see. I couldn't hear clearly. And it really shattered my emotions. Wherever we go, inequality clouds our ability to see clearly, hear truthfully, and feel deeply. But let's pause for a moment. I know it's very cold, but it's also a blessing that we can feel this cold. That means that guess what? That we're alive. So let's celebrate that. And look at your hands. Look at your skin, your fingers, your palms. Feel your ears. It might be hard, but try to feel them. And take a deep breath. The very air flowing through your body is the exact same air flowing through mine. We can't see it, but it's here. We can feel it, right? It's definitely connecting us, running through every single one of us. And why does air not discriminate? Why doesn't it choose some bodies, a couple of us over others? Because we're all one. Because we are the same. Our existence itself is proof of equality. We share this earth, this breath, this life, and inequality denies that truth. Inequality, President Biden divides what was never meant to be divided. And the cost of inequality isn't just human, it's universal. Every injustice, every inequity impacts the earth itself, our Mother Earth, our Pachamama. Equality for all means healing for all. It means liberation for those who've been silenced. The opportunity that I have today, I was silenced. I can speak. A chance for those who've been held back. And justice for the earth that sustains us, that sustains you as well, President Biden. Equality is not just for some. It's for the rich, the poor, the seen and the unseen. It's for the future of our children, for the land beneath our feet, for the air we breathe, and for the world we leave behind. Let's lift the veil, President Biden. Let's commit to seeing, hearing, and feeling one another fully. Let's live in a way that honors the truth that we are all connected. We are all deserving, and we are all equal. President Biden, keep your promise. Do your job and publish the ERA. Equality now, equality forever, together as one. Thank you so much.
Equality for everyone. We want equality for all. Okay, up next we have President of National Now, Christian Nunes, as the organization's second African American president and the youngest person of color to hold the position in over 40 years. Christian leads Now's intersectional mission, rallying grassroots activities against structural sexism and racism. Thank you, Christian, for being here.
Hey everybody. I know I should just come up here and acknowledge all of the progress that has been made in the Biden-Harris administration. But one of the things I want to talk about today, as we are really essentially demanding that Biden publish the ERA, is that all the progress that has been made have been about gender equality. His council, his appointments, creating more LGBTQIA members in federal positions, and creating more women on cabinets, and electing more women into office, more women of color into office. All of these things were needed because we do not have the ERA. I mean, let's think about this, right? So, as we've made so much progress, what is the problem? Can y'all tell me? What is the problem that we will not take it to the finish line? What is the problem that we still do not respect and see women and gender expansive people enough and value us enough that you will make sure that we are protected in the Constitution for the rest of our lives? Can y'all tell me what the problem is? So today I'm coming out here because we're all doing so much work on this. We're all working for gender equality. We're all working to make sure we're all protected. But it is time that the same president that we thank for all the improvements he made, we also ask him to be accountable and make sure that in his legacy he leaves by publishing the ERA today. We have hardly any time left. We are getting down to crunch time. We are seeing right now bills passed in the House that are intentionally trying to strike down more of our rights. Okay? Every single day. It is no time. We cannot wait any longer. We cannot wait one more minute. He has the authority and ability to take this into action for us. He has put out so many executive orders. Why can't the ERA be another one? So today, President Biden, I appreciate you for what you've done, but I need you right now to make sure you go out of your administration and your legacy guaranteeing the protections of everyone, all the marginalized groups who can benefit from the ERA. It is no longer an option. We cannot rely on anybody else. We need you to stand up for us as we have stood up for you. So I want everyone to hear this loud and clear. We need you, President Biden, to publish the ERA. What do we need President Biden to do?
Publish the ERA!
When do we need him to do it?
Now!
What do we need President Biden to do?
Publish the ERA!
And when do we need it?
Now!
Okay, so let's make sure this is loud and clear. We need you and your legacy to publish the ERA, and we need it now. All right. And that's all I really have to say. There are no other words.
I mean, there aren't really any other words. Publish the ERA, come on already. Now, okay. So up next, we have Margaret Mitchell, the CEO of YWCA USA. For more than a decade, she has been leading the YWCA movement dedicated to eliminating racism, empowering women, and promoting peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all. So, please, Margaret, come and join us. And we're waiting, coming up. Say ERA now, ERA now, ERA now, ERA now. Thank you, Margaret.
Thank you, thank you. This is ridiculous. It is ridiculous that 24 words that bring equity to every single human being is being denied again. 24 words, just 24 words. A phone call from one office to another office gets this thing published. I just don't understand. It's 2025, and we should not be continuing to have to answer the question we hear all the time for young women who are asking why they have fewer rights than generations before. After the fall of Roe and Wade, and in the wake of continued disempowerment, women continue to be lost, and least among us. The ERA is more important today than 102 years ago. This is mind-blowing. We need the Constitution. We deserve the Constitution protections. We need this. We need a law. This is simple. My mind just goes crazy when I think about how simple this is, how fair this is, how important this is, how equitable this is, how powerful this is, how right this is. We need this. We need a standard that will prevent gender discrimination in the workplace, in healthcare, in every single forum that we have. President Biden, in the last remaining hours, has the opportunity to issue the first ever. Here's someone who is worried about legacy. Here's someone who has been a friend-ish. He has the opportunity to build on his gender-based violence against women. He has an opportunity to build. Now is the time to finish the job, President Biden. Now is the time. When is the time?
Now!
This is crazy. And you know what? We don't do crazy. Let's get this thing rolling. Thank you.
Thank you, Margaret. And it is crazy. We shouldn't be here like sitting our asses in the freezing cold temperatures. We should be indoors drinking hot chocolate and I don't know, and like watching a nice movie. But here we are. So this is our end of speakers. I do want to bring Sakia again. She has a couple of things that she wants to share. And before we start heading to the White House, we want to take a picture here. Head to the White House, take another picture there, and then we say goodbye. And finally, Biden publishes says we're all happy. Great.
So I want to thank you all again for being in the freezing cold, and I'll make this quick. We need the Equal Rights Amendment, and President Biden has the opportunity to make that happen. So let's make ourselves loud, not too loud over there, because we don't want to get arrested, all of us. But we have to do this. This is our final moment. Biden has the opportunity. He's giving a speech tonight. He should make the speech about the ERA. That should be what we hear tonight. So, thank you all. It's 28 degrees, -6 with the wind chill. So, hey, it's freezing, but let's warm ourselves up, let's get fired up, and let's make sure that President Biden publishes the Equal Rights Amendment. Thank you all. So, let's get ready to march.
Are we marching? You want us?
Let's all get video.
Over there. All over there. Yes.
Oh, beautiful.
Should we everybody grab a sign? Yeah. Fill it with green. I think
Sure.
yeah. In front of the podium. How are you?
Thank you for everything.
Yeah. Oh no. I swear I don't know.
Does anybody want to help hold this up? Yeah. I'm just going to stand on the sunny side. They're going to help hold the sunny side?
Yeah, over there. It's sunny on that side.
Wait. Everyone get into photo. Okay, wait. I think not being on the curve is going to help us see everybody better. So maybe let's all come over to this side of the stairs. Sorry, y'all. You're so good. Oh, so it's going to be. Let's go.
Yeah, body heat, people.
Okay. coming in.
This looks so awesome.
Woo!
Say ERA.
ERA!
Now! Now!
Now!
Now! One more time. ERA.
Now!
Okay, amazing. I know we're so close.
Somebody want to hold the other?
Zooming, yeah, she's zooming that way. I wasn't sure if you guys had. Where is she?
Nicole for the Equal Rights Amendment. We got this. Rosie? Yep, I'm going to take out the caboose with the wagon. Y'all lead us.
Yeah, but we're
Okay, we're following y'all.
Everybody ready? Come on, let's go ahead.
ERA.
Now!
ERA.
Now!
ERA.
Now!
ERA.
Now!
What do we want?
ERA!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
ERA!
When do we want it?
Now!
If we don't get it,
Shut it down!
if we don't get it,
Shut it down!
if we don't get it,
Shut it down!
if we don't get it,
Shut it down! Shut it down!
ERA
Now!
ERA
Now!
ERA
Now!
ERA
Now!
Equality for you and me. Equality for you and me. The ERA will set us free.
ERA will set us free!
Equality for you and me.
Equality for you and me!
The ERA will set us free.
The ERA will set us free!
Biden, Biden, you will see.
Biden, Biden, you will see!
The ERA will set us free. Biden, you will see.
Biden, Biden, you will see!
The ERA will set us free.
The ERA will set us free!
Not one more, not one more what?
Not one more, not one more what?
Not one more, not one more what?
Not one more, not one what?
Not one more year.
Not one more year!
Not one more, not one more what?
Not one more, not one more what?
Not one more year.
Not one more year!
38 states and 110 years. The ERA is almost there.
38 states and
38 states and 110 years. The ERA is almost near.
The ERA is almost near!
38 states have ratified. We demand equal rights.
38 states have ratified! We demand equal rights!
38 states have ratified. We demand equal rights.
38 states have ratified! We demand equal rights!
38 states have ratified. We demand equal rights.
38 states have ratified! We demand equal rights!
38 states have ratified. We demand equal rights.
38 states have ratified! We demand equal rights!
38 states have ratified. We demand equal rights.
38 states have ratified! We demand equal rights!
38 states have ratified. We demand equal rights.
38 states have ratified! We demand equal rights!
Biden, Biden, don't delay.
Biden, Biden, don't delay!
We demand ERA.
We demand ERA!
Biden, Biden, don't delay.
Biden, Biden, don't delay!
We demand ERA.
We demand ERA!
38 states have ratified.
38 states have ratified!
We demand equal rights. 38 states have ratified. We demand equal rights. Biden, Biden, don't delay.
We demand ERA.
We demand ERA.
Biden publish ERA.
Biden, publish ERA.
We demand ERA.
We demand ERA.
38 states have ratified.
38 states have ratified.
We demand equal rights.
We demand equal rights.
38 states have ratified.
38 states have ratified.
We demand equal rights.
We demand equal rights.
What do we want?
ERA.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
ERA.
When do we want it?
Now.
If we don't get it,
Shut it down.
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 Okay, we're turning around, y'all. We're nearing the White House gate, and that means that President Biden can totally hear us. We're just going to keep it down a little so as not to disturb the Secret Service because they do great work, but he can still hear us, right? But we're going to stand there, and we're going to...
Ayer yo decía, se me olvidó ponerme doble calcetín y sentía yo que yo no las puedo mover. Gracias a Dios. Gracias a Dios porque me tiene también mi cara. No, pero mi cara. Qué bueno. Ni mi cara ni mis pies. Yo voy a poner mi cara ni mis pies.
Yeah. Yeah. Or what the wind, like when the wind picks up, like.
There's no evidence. To make sure they don't totally do that. But like, they were just never stopped. Like, never stopped. And it's just like so weird. That's okay. After you guys got arrested. Yeah. After you guys got arrested. Oh my God. True. Telling me to stop camping. True. But then I kept trying to do something. I don't know. I saw you guys got arrested. I got angry, so I took it off. My favorite photo of all time was me cleaning your arm. Oh, yeah. We were about to get I think I'm older than you. Are you? Yeah, I'm 20. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, we're going to gather around the airport and we're going to take a picture with the White House visible in the background. Woo! Okay. Woo!
Alright, gather around, put your signs up. Everybody should be holding a sign.
I'm going to get shot.
Okay, how's it looking? How do you get it?
Looking really good.
You want to get sit on this?
No, actually.
Pooja. Pooja. Yeah. Oh, no. Pooja, go right here. I'm gonna go.
Oh, you have some space behind you too now. Come on back.
Oh, amazing. Okay.
Alright. Oh, and we can see the White House.
Let's do the little, yeah.
Okay.
What do we want?
ERA!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
ERA!
When do we want it?
Now!
ERA!
Now!
ERA!
Now!
ERA!
Now!
Okay, we're gonna do another ERA. Now I'm gonna go around, so everybody look at the camera and go. Okay, ready? Yes.
ERA!
Now!
ERA!
Now!
ERA!
Now!
ERA!
Now!
ERA!
Now!
ERA!
Now! Guys, everyone, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming out. It was great to see all of you, and keep up the hard work. We'd love to have you guys here at the picket. We're here every day, usually from like 9 to 5. Okay. So if you just want to drop by, come out here and support. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you!